Return to the Mac, episode 112. I believe we're gonna go with it. 112. M.A.C. Moss, Andrew, Carl. What's happening?
Here, shout out to Slim.
Slim and
cream. Yeah.
So that shit got a whole different meaning when you're an adult. When you're a child, you're like, pieces of cream, cool. As an adult, you're like,
classic.
Pieces of fucking cream. These motherfuckers are gross.
That's a lot of the R&B shit back in the day.
Yeah.
They was all talking about fucking.
Definitely.
Shit is nuts, man. I was listening to that shit. I think when they was doing that versus thing or whatever, and I was like, fucking peaches and cream.
I was just about to say it feels like this just hit you this morning.
No, that's no.
Yeah, like this is on your mind.
New thing.
No, when you said 112, I was like, I'm gonna bring up pieces and cream.
You was like ready for it.
Well, yeah, it was one of them things. You're like, man, it's fucking mind blowing as an adult, man.
I guess
I don't know if it's mind blowing.
It's on the fucking radio.
Maybe it blew your mind.
We were fucking 7, 8 years old chanting this shit.
There's a bunch of that right now, though.
Oh yeah, for sure. But it's even worse now. It's like
way worse.
It's not even hidden.
Way worse.
This was like subliminal.
Yeah, they were secret.
Right, they were secret with it.
Right.
Fucking pieces of cream, delicious.
Oh, that's
what
been
you're
done.
thinking.
Yeah, it's been done.
Delicious. I mean, it still is. But as an adult,
it's delicious.
But
oh man,
yeah,
Carl's just digging himself a hole.
What?
Just in general, I just
back in
felt
the day,
like you were kept trying to climb out, and it was just like, nope, it's getting deeper. It's getting deeper.
Nah.
So back in the day, WAP probably would have been wet ass peaches.
Wet ass peaches, yeah, baby.
Right? Is ripe a R? It's not WR. Damn.
Ripe is all.
Ripe ass peaches would have been way better.
He put a W.
Ripe ass peaches.
Oh shit.
He put a W in front of it.
It's worth a shot. I was trying, man.
Like rap.
I was trying.
That's funny. Do some of that rap. Wrap that thing up, girl.
I was trying to connect the dots. What's going on this week?
Full week of work. Bro.
Welcome back to the real world.
I mean, no, the work ain't been that bad. Today was kind of busy. Everybody got back today. Boy, I forgot about the perks of working at a college.
What's that, free tuition?
I mean, yeah, free observing tuition.
Observe and report.
Yeah, man. These girls eat different these days, boy. This is thick out this joint.
Oh, man.
Came back thick.
At Liberty, man?
Nah, bro, you keep saying I work at Liberty.
Every time.
I'm sure they think over there too, though. I'm sure they over there too, but God,
I'm about to start.
That makes the day a little bit more manageable.
yeah, you know, sightseeing and whatnot.
Working the Liberty Games.
What happened?
Checking
Bro, I
tickets.
seen you post some shit on Snapchat, and I was like, I want to ask him, but I assume he'll
You said you was working the Liberty game?
I'm about to start, yeah.
Like a bodyguard?
I mean, I can get my security license.
Yeah, like security, or like you're taking tickets?
Taking tickets, escorting, like showing people their seats and shit, and I don't know, motherfucking, just being one of the people at the stadium. If you got a question, I can answer it.
That's hella random, bro.
Super random.
Hella random. Where did this come about?
This is what I see.
It was an opportunity. I was like, why not? You get to watch the game for free, and they pay.
I mean, I'd hope so if you're working. They're gonna charge you to be at the game while you work.
I'm just saying,
I feel you though. Yeah.
I get to travel and shit too.
On Snapchat earlier in the week, he posted a picture like, not with his, I don't know if his full face was showing, but it was like out a little bit, but like of himself. And I see like a lanyard looking thing, with like an official badge look.
He backstage.
So I'm like, yo,
backstage.
What the hell is this dude doing? So it had like the company name at the top of the badge. I tried to Google the company, and I was like, I still don't know what this is.
This is investigating on your ass, bro. What the fuck is this motherfucker doing? It's like, yo, where you at, bro? What you doing?
Don't take the time to be like, hey, what's that? I'm gonna Google it.
I wasn't trying to have a conversation. I just wanted to know a piece of information.
No, it's an event management team, so they do like other things, like different.
Are you doing the Kanye West the third show at Soldier Field?
I don't think they have that one on the contract, but maybe in the future.
Oh, Oh,
maybe in the future,
That'd be
something like
tough.
that.
You gotta get us in there.
Different shit like they do the like NASCAR and stuff like that. Those kind of events. They do a lot of concerts and shit too. So and the cool thing about the job is you fucking just sign up and work whenever you want.
Oh, that is nice.
Well, that's always
That's really nice.
Right. Whenever you want to.
So you're trying to stack some extra cash out here now that you're a homeowner?
If it's like that, it's nice. You kind of on your terms type thing, and it seems like you'll be in a fun environment most of the time. So
at a football game, how bad could it be?
Sign me up.
So you like the Uber driver at stadium events or something?
Kinda.
Like just on
Just
call.
whatever you want to work. Sign me up type thing. Just got to be there.
I just realized what you were saying. I was like, I don't know how the Uber thing.
Like, you can just do Uber whenever you want to do it.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying, yeah.
I got an hour to kill. I'm about to Uber.
Right.
I got a Saturday morning to myself. I'm about to go take some tickets.
Yeah, get
I
a
was
little
thinking
extra
about doing
change.
some Uber shit too, but that's too much in the truck.
I thought about doing that. I ain't want to put all that wear and tear on my vehicle.
And then do you want all these random motherfuckers in your car?
What you mean random motherfuckers?
If you do Uber.
Oh, you talking
That's
about Uber?
random,
Yeah.
You don't pick up your
I don't know why. I'm thinking about like.
No, I'm only going to pick up people I know, actually.
I don't know why in my mind.
You're like, damn, bro. You don't make any money.
I'm thinking in my head like Uber Eats and shit, like delivering food. I don't know why I was thinking
you
of
can
it
do
that
that
way.
too. I don't know, man. That's not something I'm really thrilled about.
Yeah, I thought about doing all those things too, and I came to the conclusion that I didn't need money, like, badly, and I'm just lazy as fuck. I was like, I'd rather just sit at home and not do this.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna go pick up your food. I barely go pick up my food.
That's a fact.
Sometimes I'll just starve.
I use DoorDash pretty frequently.
Oh, I'm cheap too. I refuse to do that.
No, I refuse to do it too, unless they have like a free promotion.
Yeah.
Bro, I got the monthly subscription, so everything I order is a free delivery.
Do they have that for?
Yes,
Oh,
it's
that's
worth it, bro.
nice.
It's worth it, bro. Instead of just paying the extra $5, $6,
what's the
it's
month?
like 12.
Too much for me.
That's easy though. If you're
That's
gonna do it
easy, bro.
twice
It's like
a month.
$6-7 every delivery they charging.
Yeah, if you're gonna do
You
it
get free
twice a
deliveries
month,
every
that's
time.
I
a
guess.
done deal.
I guess.
I'm with you.
I guess.
I'm cheap as
I mean,
hell. I
to each his
can't just give it away for no reason. I pay enough subscriptions.
I'm gonna go.
But if you're gonna use it,
Yeah,
that's an easy deal.
this makes sense.
HBO
Every delivery
Max,
is free.
speaking of subscriptions, HBO Max charged me. I canceled that shit in fucking July. Motherfuckers charged me a whole $15. I didn't even have the $15 package, and they charged me for the $15
They got you with the
package
Okie doke.
out of nowhere. And I called them. The lady's like the sweetest lady in the world, but damn, she was slow as fuck. Like
What's the worst?
It took her forever just to send an email, and then when she sent the shit, she fucking told me my name was Jonathan Word, and I'm like, at no point did I ever say my name was Jonathan, and she corrected it on the email and still called me Jonathan.
She was like, damn it, I didn't catch his name. He doesn't sound like what I think it should be. I'll just go Jonathan.
Jonathan, right? Something in there. But anyway, and I'm like, all right. So I have the email proving that I canceled my shit and I shouldn't be charged. And she's like, well, I don't have the authority to do any refunds. You have to actually email that shit to support. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck kind of... It just makes me want to say, like, I don't even want to go through this shit because you make people jump. And that's what they want you to do.
That's the plan.
I'm like, yo, fuck you. But I'm going to do this shit and I'm going to take it probably to the highest level that I possibly can because I got some time for the shit right now.
I got time.
I got
time for a lot of
this
shit this week.
right now.
$15, go and get it.
I want my shit back, yeah. Or else you go give me like something free, like at least a free month or something, free 3 months or something. Like let me jump into a free trial and then we'll call it even.
They're gonna tell you can have the month that you paid for.
I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that, but I mean, it's not, you ain't just gonna cancel my services and take my $15.
That's fair.
On the streets, we call that shit motherfucking running off on the plug and shit, So, nah, you ain't about to do that.
You're the plug in the scenario.
I was thinking, are you the plug in this?
I guess, something like that.
I think the plug finessed you is what happened.
So, yeah, I guess so.
I think you got plugged.
I guess, no, bro, I don't know what you talking about, brother. I don't know what you talking about, bro. You got a timeout on that.
Nope.
That's a technical file. That's a technical.
You know how it sounded? You know how it sounded when I meant it that way?
Oh, wow. I don't know what you're talking about, dog. I don't know what you're saying.
Well, nothing.
No, I got a bone to pick with y'all, man.
Oh, with both of us?
Yeah, both of you
side?
motherfuckers. I
What's
said,
what?
because
Then we can take
this
you
week,
to
all of a
201.
sudden, you look at the chat, there's fucking preseason highlights and shit thrown in the chat. Check this out. Look at this guy. Oh, my fucking dick's hard watching preseason highlights. I fucking love that shit. And then when I was excited, you said that shit, motherfucker.
No, I did say.
Oh, okay, right. And
Chuba
when
Hubbard run.
Can we put this in context a little bit, though?
bro. When I was talking about the preseason, I don't care about preseason football. I don't give a fuck about that shit. Why would you want to care about all of this bullshit? And now everybody's excited.
All right, so
What kind of shit is this?
I'll answer your question.
Go ahead.
I'll answer your stupid fucking question. So
They want a question.
The difference is you came in here asking if we were going to watch the Super Bowl,
Right.
in reference to the Hall of Fame game, which is somehow less important than even a preseason game. So that's one thing. And the second thing, I didn't even watch the Panthers game. I saw a highlight on Twitter. I was like, yo, that's fire. And then I did say in the chat, yo, look at this run. That shit made my dick hard. I'm not even going to lie to you. That's what I said. I believe it was something to that
I'm
effect.
just saying, man.
So I feel defended.
All of a sudden,
I
I'm seeing.
I have yet to watch a full preseason game. I've watched the first 2 quarters of our first 2 preseason games. Look pretty good. I seen what I need to see. Cut it off. And I look at the highlights afterwards.
Some deep shit going on over there, man.
What you mean some deep shit?
Cam might be out back, dog.
Bro,
might be old for Cam.
both of them was looking good yesterday.
You gotta go with Mac Jones.
Both of them was looking good.
It's too close.
It's too
Mac
close.
Jones is good. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna have to take that shit back.
I'm not gonna lie.
Mac Jones. He can
Mac
play.
got a fucking gun.
Yeah,
He really do got a Mac 10 on him.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
He
know about
firing that bitch, bro.
I don't know about
He
that.
firing that bitch, bro.
Mac 10 is a cool little name, but I mean, he can play. He looks like he can play.
Yeah,
I
he good.
start him. It looks like more of what the Patriots want to do.
We don't have a QB controversy over here. Cam's look like he's going to be our starter. It may change.
If you want to lose,
It may change. Cam look good. Do you see Cam? Cam look really fucking good.
I saw Mac Jones. He looked better than
First
throwing
drive,
football
right
than
down the
Cam
field,
has in the last
touchdown.
2
Like
years.
first 2 drives, touchdowns down the field. Like it was easy money.
Yeah, they
looking
rushed
good.
the ball for like almost 300 yards or something.
Yeah, our backfield is looking incredible. Incredible. We got 4 backs that's ready to
All
go.
right, we ain't gonna.
We ain't got to
we
do
gonna
this.
do that
We ain't got to do
much
this. But
on
yeah,
preseason game.
yeah, I watched
We
the
ain't
first
about
2
to say
games,
all of this
and I didn't hype
crazy
y'all up. Y'all gonna watch the Patriots game tonight. Make sure y'all check it out.
did.
But I ain't do none of that. I just showed y'all a good highlight from the game. That was it.
You should be bragging about Mac Jones a little more.
But it's preseason, bro. It's preseason, bro.
We consider that bone picked? You picked your bone with us?
Yeah.
Think we cleared that one up pretty
It might
easily?
be something else that arises later. You never know.
Yo, feel free.
All right,
Feel free.
I'll bring it up. I'll make sure I
Bring it
voice
to
my
our
opinion.
attention. Bring it to our attention.
All right.
I didn't do anything this week. The only thing that happened to me this week, I made a mistake last night. I went to go get Popeyes. I sat in line for a little bit longer than I would like to. I ordered the nuggets. I said, let me get 8 nuggets. She says it back to me. I say, yup. I say, I want fries. I want my drink. We got everything in the order. It's perfect. She says, all right, pull on up. Your order is $6.75. And that's when the bell started to go off in my head. Because the 8-piece is $6.40 something by itself.
Right.
Facts.
So I'm like, oh shit, something's wrong here.
That's the wrong one.
But she asked me what kind of chicken, what side, and the drink. I know I got all 3 things I asked for.
Facts.
So I took my order. I was like, yo, it came out cheaper than I thought. We're good. I got home and she gave me a kid's meal. I had 4 nuggets.
Wow.
I had 4 nuggets.
Gotta check the bag, bro.
4 nuggets.
You gotta check the
It
bag.
was just inexcusable to not 4 nuggets.
You got it.
Yeah, so anyway, that was it. It was just a massive mistake, and I just can't really express how upset I was last night when it happened. It wasn't even just like an anger.
pretty
I
pissed.
was like crushed, like I was hurt.
I'll tell you one
And
time.
you got what you paid for too, so it's not like you
did.
can call back up there and say
Nope.
like, y'all gave me the wrong shit.
Nope.
On your receipt, it said a children's meal.
I ate my kid's meal, and it was good, but it wasn't enough.
That reminds me of a time or one of the reasons why I stopped eating Taco Bell. I went there. It's kind of my fault, but kind of won't.
But you cut them off anyway.
Yeah. First I went like, I guess like 20 minutes before they closed, some shit like that. This is when
to go
Taco
to a
Bell was
fast
actually where Popeyes was.
Okay, yep.
Actually, that Taco Bell. And went up there, I think it's like Number 6, Chalupa joint. Chalupa meal, bam, bam, got that shit. It was all good. Went to the crib, opened that shit up. Well, no meat in none of my fucking
Get out of
tacos,
here.
bro. It was just lettuce and cheese and tomatoes and shit.
Yeah.
What did you ask for?
I was livid, bro.
It wasn't that. He didn't ask for no meat.
Is that what you asked for?
No, this is not what I asked for. I asked for the meal exactly how it was. Exactly how it was. They gave me like, yo, if y'all didn't have no meat cooked, why don't you just say no, we ain't got nothing cooked, bro. Don't give me these freaking
Did you call back up there?
Fucking vegetarian. No, bro. I said fuck it, bro. Fuck Taco Bell.
No, bro. I got called.
Carl enjoys.
They was closed.
He enjoys.
I told you it was like right before they closed.
I'm call the next day, and you're gonna like put my name down. I'm coming back to get my meal.
Yeah, I know
You
people
give me
that
a
do
free
that.
meal.
Sometimes I don't be feeling like doing that.
I'm that person every time.
I chalk it up to the game.
It's never a time where if I spend my money.
I was pied about that shit though. They ain't getting my business for years.
I think that's how I would respond as
Like
well.
fuck y'all, bro.
No,
It's got to be past a certain dollar amount for me to chase it down.
Oh. No,
Yeah, it was just like a $6-7 meal. Like, it wasn't nothing
It's
crazy.
not about the money. It's just the principle.
It's not worth your time at that point for like a $3 mess up.
No, just put my name down, and whenever I'm coming by, I know I'm getting a fucking free meal.
I know people that do that.
Just put my name down.
Sure, I know people that do that.
That way, whatever I want, it could be a month from now.
It makes sense. Like you're entitled to it. I think
Yeah, for
somebody
sure.
messes
You
up
can do
your
that. For
order,
sure.
you should be able
I gotta get
to
it.
do whatever you got to do.
I'm not gonna let it slide.
I think I just got to chalk it up to the game.
Well, next time you get a bad order, just text me.
I will.
And I'll go. I'll tell put my
I
name
get
down.
that.
I will. So
If
look,
you don't want to bother with it,
I'm gonna
I
sick
will.
Liberty event staff on you if you don't give me my fucking money back.
Yeah. We'll see how that works out. I don't think that's very intimidating.
I'm gonna try it.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say his name is Carl. If you're not intimidated yet,
Right. That'll do it right there. That's pushing over the
My
head.
name is Carl. Like a Carl name is going to scare somebody. Carl. There goes Carl.
Yeah. But when you see it in the flesh, it's different. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
So,
so we want to get into these topics today.
Let's get it.
I mean, you were talking preseason football, and I don't have anything preseason wise to cover. But the big news of the week in the NFL was Tim Tebow. Tim Tebow gets cut.
I'm so mad that was the biggest news of the week.
I've been saying that since he popped up in the news.
Yeah.
He was coming back.
Yeah. I mean,
Did anybody think he was going to make the team?
No, I didn't.
Did you?
not at all. I just thought he should have never had the opportunity to begin with. But, no, I definitely didn't think he would make the team. I didn't think he would be good at all. That's pretty much what he showed. He's awful at playing tight end, something he's never done in his life.
Seems like that should have been the whole story. Wish it was all week. It just
They kept full out debates about Tebow.
kept dragging it
Yo.
out. I'm glad it's over with. I'm glad it's over with.
Everybody's saying he went out there and tried something, and he I don't know, trying to make it seem like he's some kind of hero for what he did, but it's like,
But that's been my stance though, and I can see somebody like saying that, and it sound like they're trying to make it seem like he's like something extra special.
right.
I feel like that's been in response to you and your people that are all angry at him.
Me and my people.
Yes,
What is that?
the anti-Tebow people.
Okay, gotcha. I know what you meant.
Yeah, I know you did. That's why I wasn't going to correct it. That's why I wasn't going to
My
correct it.
people?
Nah,
My people?
the anti-Tebow
the event
people
staff
has
is coming,
been
actually, motherfucker.
the anti-Tebow
The atheists.
people have been so
The atheists.
angry about him getting a shot, and I don't think he probably should have had a chance either. But I just don't get why anybody cares. We all knew nothing was gonna come of it. If they want to give him a chance, they give him a chance. Who gives a shit?
I mean, yeah, ultimately, yeah, right. And the thing is, you can look at it from the angle of, like I said, I think it's possible he could have took an opportunity from somebody else. But again, at this point, all these teams it's 32 teams with 90-man rosters. If you can get on one of those teams for training camp, then you probably weren't that good to begin with anyway. Tim Tebow didn't necessarily take your spot, so you can always say
definitely
that
at the bottom of the bottom.
well too.
That was what I was saying.
Right. And
Sure.
I
He
definitely get that.
technically took a roster spot from somebody.
Right.
But it's not a draft pick that should have been
Anybody
playing
that's
or something like
technically
that.
worth it. You wouldn't say that. Okay.
Other people is fighting for a spot.
Right, he would be somewhere right now already. I mean, I thought it was fun to watch him go out there and actually attempt to play. It was actually hilarious film of him blocking. It was some of the like softest shit you'll see on the football field versus third and fourth stringers.
It wasn't pretty.
Yeah, right.
The only two plays I saw were not pretty. I'm no blocking expert, but he appeared to kind of go towards the location of where he's supposed to block and fall into the person.
Yeah, he just like leaned into him a little bit.
Like a tuck and roll.
They ain't gonna cut it in the NFL.
One of the things that like I think Skip was saying, he was like, well, he did his job, he blocked the guy. It's like, no, the dude completely ran out of the play, and Tim Tebow just happened to put his body on him during that process. The guy is clearly not a good football player.
You know what Skip's gonna say.
Right.
You know what his opinion
all right,
is
come
be.
on, man. Just say that shit. That's an
They didn't
awful
say
piece
it
of
lucky
film.
one like Aaron Donald or somebody would have just tossed his ass out the way.
He got tossed away by some no-name guy.
Could have got hurt. Could have got hurt if Donald
very
was in
easily.
there.
And that's all. That just shows you. I mean, he like, you know, motherfucker looked like Bane or something. He had beefed up. He was looking pretty buff out there, like a pretty. You know, he looked like a tight end. He did. He had the body type.
He got this body size for sure.
None of that shit. That just shows you none of that shit matters. Like,
I don't think none of it matters, but you can't.
To a certain point, it's all mental.
You've got to have a certain knowledge of
mentality.
Technique and shit like this that I don't think he
But ultimately,
has.
it's your mentality. Like, when it comes to blocking and shit like that, it's just like a want to. Like, I want to dominate you. You can look at Tim Tebow and say that that's not his personality. Like,
I thought they was gonna like. I don't know what I thought for real. Maybe they was gonna use him as like a running back type shit, like hand the ball off type shit, running different type of plays for him or something.
Like it's like Taysom Hill, but
his best asset, his only real asset in the NFL was athleticism.
Yeah.
So to bring him in to be a blocking tight end sounds nuts.
It's like I
didn't even see a highlight of him having a ball.
When you said that, I was like, yo, why are people expecting him to be a good blocker? Like he's not going to be a good blocker. It's not in him.
He had a ball thrown to him. The running back came out of nowhere and caught it in front of him.
Get out of here.
He was waiting on the ball and everything. It was like one of the moments he's like, yeah, this is it. I finally get it. He's like 20 yards down the field. And the running back comes out of nowhere.
Snatch that shit.
Snatch that shit out the air.
Smith was like, oh
nothing
shit.
but embarrassing moments for him on the field. It's just like, you know.
Like, fuck out of here, Tebow. You ain't get this shit.
You're 34, dog. You know.
Yo, if he would have caught that pass, bro, they would have hyped that shit up so much.
Would have been a problem.
He's out there getting open. Like,
it would have been a problem.
That's what I'm saying. If he shows any sign of potential, people's going to hype that shit up.
And he should go back to announcing or being an analyst. He's
had a lot of jobs since he left football. I don't know what he's going to end up doing.
I mean, people.
I do respect like the way he just kind of just goes for whatever he's trying for. He did the baseball thing, the analyst job. Tried to come back in football,
and he's not been good at any of it.
Not good enough to be a professional at either of the sports. No, I think he was good at the analyst job, but he gave up those.
Oh yeah, I mean
for the other two things.
Any other sport, like
right.
I mean, he was barely good at football. Like he had some moments.
Right.
Hey man, just go announce some college football, man.
It's got to be the move. It's got to be the move.
I saw you smirking. I saw you smirking, dog.
You said he had some moments.
Yeah, I saw you smirking.
He had one.
Yeah, keep that shit to yourself, bro.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
Keep that shit to
That was
yourself.
crazy.
One moment.
We dusted his ass.
But anyway, we'll move on. That's enough Tebow. I am glad it's over with, but I think that was all that happened. That was noteworthy in football. Did y'all have anything else football related?
No, I don't think so.
Oh no, not really, man. I think I'm excited. I'm excited. We'll see.
Yeah.
Ben hit the field here So
The Hall of Fame game was the Super Bowl. What's this
everybody's-
one?
I mean, this is Ben Roethlisberger, the Hall of Fame, one of the top 10 quarterbacks of all time. That's what that is. This is a historic moment every time he touches a blade of grass on the field.
I did that thing where I asked if y'all had anything else, and I opened up an opportunity to hear this bullshit that nobody wants to listen to. So let's get into basketball then.
All right, what's up?
Go Big Ben. I'm riding with the Steelers. Make me that money. Basketball.
KD.
Draymond Green. From what you were telling me,
Chips.
this is Draymond's show.
Draymond's show
New
called
podcast.
Chips on Bleacher Report.
Neither one of us watched it.
Right.
You did.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell us what
It's
happened?
pretty quick. So like, look,
like
the
20
24,
minutes,
25 minutes. It's a real quick joint. But Draymond asked all the direct questions. He has, was their argument, like the main joint was their argument on the court against the Clippers when he called him a bitch or whatever, and they need him or whatever. Was that one of the reasons that resulted in you leaving? And KD was basically like, that had a little bit to do with it. He said it was more so about the GM and Kerr and how everybody else, the rest of the team, like dealt with it. He's like, he felt like everybody just brushed by the situation and like danced around it the rest of the season like it didn't happen. They thought like just because they suspended Draymond for that one game, like it was just good after that. He was like, I thought that was weird. It made shit kind of weird and awkward in the locker room all the time because nobody really like addressing it. He's like, I feel like that was something that was like a turning point in us as a team, even though they still ended up going to the finals that year. I think they did. Was that the year they got hurt, I believe?
I think they won. They won the finals that year, right?
Did they win it that year?
I don't know.
I can't remember.
They all run
So they
together.
won it that
They
year.
went somewhere like that. I think they did. Went back to back, and then they tried to.
Yeah, and then after that was the when he got hurt.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he said they basically both of them kind of blamed it on the team.
Yeah, so
how they carried it.
that clip was 100% the reason why I had no interest in watching the interview.
Wow.
These two fucking morons get into a fight with each other, have a little altercation that fucks up team chemistry, and they blame the coaches for trying to make them apologize and move past the situation. Like,
No, well,
it's a workplace. The fact that Draymond, like, when Draymond gave his, when he kind of addressed I guess what KD said, he elaborated a little bit further about sitting down with management or the owners and stuff. And they were like, we're going to have you you need to apologize or whatever, smooth it over. He laughed at him instead of going off. To me, that was just listening to him that whole time was crazy. Because he's like, I told them, like, only me and KD can fix this. You can't make me apologize. So he, in that moment, like, he acknowledged they're the ones they're the only two that could fix the situation, but he's mad at ownership for wanting him to fix the situation. It was ridiculous. That's insane.
There's only one way to fix that situation.
What?
You challenged me to a fight, sir. That's what.
Then they should have done that.
They
Yeah.
should have fought.
Yeah.
That should have been it.
Well, I don't
Like,
care how they come to a resolution, but to blame the team,
Right.
like
It
they
should
had
have been
nothing to do
strictly
with it. Was
between
crazy.
them. And I'm looking at KD like, you definitely can't blame the team because, bro, he called you a bitch. I'm gonna tell him straight up, like, bro, before anything is good, I'm not accepting anything until we squabble about this shit, and then we can be good. Because otherwise, I'm always gonna feel resentment when I see you, like, or feel some kind of way when I see you, because I know that you took it that far, or how you actually feel about me. So now, till I can get it to the point where, all right, at least we can establish some kind of mutual respect. Because right now, I don't feel like you respect me at all. Like, so. If it takes a fight for that to happen or whatever, to me, it would take a fight for that to happen. But whatever you want to do for it to happen, then it must be done before we can move forward. And they didn't do any of that. So, I mean, it's just all on them. You can't really place the blame on anything else. That's how I feel about the situation.
I think the same. Whether it's a fight or whatever, it's just there has to be something to come together and address the problem.
Right.
And to me, I don't know. I think that's. Do whatever you got to do. When they started blaming the team, I was out. I didn't care what they had to say.
I don't usually do this. I think KD was lying. I think that was like a direct result of why he left.
Absolutely.
And like, just because like what he said, like I think Draymond said, like, we don't need you, we ain't need you.
Right, facts.
Like we won before you got here type shit. Like, you gonna take some shit like that personal.
Yeah, that was
like,
personal.
especially I'm KD. You saying that to me?
That's what I'm saying.
Like, you saying that to me, bro? Like,
it's forever fuck you, like, especially for like at least that season or whatever, until shit really blow over. It's gonna take a long time before I feel like, man, you said some.
And the reason why I think he's lying, because the next question after that was like Draymond directly said, I think the only reason you came back the next year is because we had a chance to three-peat. And he agreed with that. He kind of like agreed with that because
in that case, then it would have been.
It was like a straight up lie. Like you just admitted that you only came back because y'all had 1-2, and they had a chance to three-peat that next year.
And not only that, it's just like, you know, KD had a chance to win a third Finals MVP as well too. So it's just a almost opportunity you can't turn down as far as like some
very few teams have done that shit. Very few teams have done that shit.
Very few people have done that. Like 3 finals, you'll be
so
with Jordan, right? That's probably like the only person who's done that shit.
Yeah.
You know, 3
that kind of
times
solidified it.
Yeah.
And then him getting hurt really just sealed the deal.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, oh yeah, I got to get up out of here.
Right. At that point, he probably
this is the
felt
opportunity.
like it was just too much going on for him to stick around anyway. Like, try to go and do his own thing, I guess. But, they should have just they should have handled that like some men. They tried to be like passive about it, and sweep it under the rug, and that shit just never.
You can't let shit like that linger.
Yeah,
team chemistry is huge. People forget, like,
especially in basketball.
Yeah, or I mean any sport for real, man. Any team sport is huge for just to be like cohesive and everybody be thinking on the same page, or have like you gonna have like little family fights and stuff, but I don't know. Still, it only goes so far. Like you gotta like squash.
Do you think it's like more? What's the word I'm looking for? I don't know if it's difficult with like a basketball team than like a football team, or like more like you need that chemistry more on the basketball team than a football team. Because you can kind of like isolate people on a football team a little bit. They can come together, still make some shit happen.
That's a good word.
But when this is like you and these 5 guys on the court, like, and so one of them is off, one of them, 2 of them got issues, like, that's going to show a little bit.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you 100%. Because I think with football, you can kind of isolate by position.
Yeah.
And then of course, you need the offense to.
And then in football, at the end of the day, it's just like, you just do your assignment.
Yeah.
It's not really like necessarily thinking on the fly. I mean, some of that shit is, or a lot of it like is reactionary after things happen. But the initial thing is you do your assignment.
Yeah, you do your job, then you good.
You do your job, and then we react to everything else that happens after that.
Exactly.
But I mean, that's the biggest difference when basketball is. It's like we have to gel out here because a lot of this shit is free flowing.
Yeah, sure.
You know what I'm saying? This is transition basketball. It's not a play for this. It's just we're out here playing the game of basketball.
You
so
see that with, like somebody like T.O. Like he had some issues with people on his teams he played with, but you needed him on that field because when he got on that field, he was making shit happen.
Yeah.
Like it didn't make a difference.
Well, just the fact that offense and defense don't even have to work together in football.
Exactly.
In basketball, you are offense and defense.
But I mean, I get what you're saying. Like
you just wanted to try to argue with me for something.
Theoretically.
What does that mean? They do have to work.
He knew exactly what I was saying. He knew exactly what I was saying.
I'm just saying.
There's no fuck theoretically. What I said is correct the way I said it. You only play offense or you only play defense. In basketball, you are both. So you need both to correlate together.
All right, man. Chill, bro. Damn.
Yeah, we might have to start recording on Fridays. I fuck with Friday.
Just chill, man.
Nah, I'm with you. I don't even know what we were talking about. Where did we? Oh, we were talking about team chemistry and stuff.
Team chemistry, all of that shit.
But team chemistry wise, I think it's a little bit spicy that Draymond is saying that right now. He plays for the Warriors. Right. He's calling out Kerr and the owner and shit. That's just a little.
I did think about that's kind of spicy.
Draymond believes that he should have more power than he does. I've said that on other topics that we've talked about him on. Like, he's going to keep pushing the boundary until he's checked on anything. I think that's just his personality.
Yeah. I obviously love him, but when the time comes when he gets traded to another team, he's gonna have a whole lot of humbling.
Oh, they're gonna send him to
a lot of humbling when that shit happens.
They're gonna send him to the worst team in the league and say, "Fuck you."
You know it's coming.
That's what he's gonna do.
He's burning bridges.
He's gonna spend a couple years on a terrible team, retire, and then get into TNT or whatever the fuck.
And he'll be great at that. He'll be great on TNT, but he seems like a habitual bridge burner. Whew, that was tough to say. Yeah, habitual bridge burner.
Yeah.
And I think eventually that comes back to get you.
One thing I thought was interesting, I think I seen Stephen A talk about this, but like, why doesn't nobody ever bring up Curry when they talk about the Warriors? It's like Curry's like the face of the Warriors, right? But like all these situations is like we don't ever know what Curry's perspective was or what he did in these moments. So like, because he's supposed to be like the leader of the team, like you're like the captain of the team per se. Like you're Steph Curry.
I feel like he's the glue that held it together. If anything, because it's like without Curry in those moments, imagine if he wasn't on the team. You think Clay is going to be the guy who brings them together for like kumbayas and shit. Like Curry's kind of the glue piece. I feel like that both of them can, even if they won't talk to each other, they can talk through Curry to each other type thing, you know?
Yeah, but it's like, I don't know. I guess we don't see nothing like outside of basketball with Curry like that, unless it's like commercials or some shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Or golf. Like, it's like, we never see, there's really no backlash. Curry don't really get no backlash like that. It's nothing like,
but it's because he keeps himself out of the bullshit.
Right,
yeah.
exactly.
To me, his leadership is that he doesn't get involved in this stuff.
Right.
In all honesty, Draymond's the leader of the team. I think he's the outspoken leader of the team, and he's the one. I think he gets paid the way he does because he's the leader of the team. Amongst the basketball stuff that he does on the court. But
I think it's different kinds of leaders. Just because you're a vocal leader don't mean you're like, it's different ways to lead. Everybody doesn't lead the same.
Yeah, it's like it's strong to say he's the leader of the team.
He's a leader. Strong. No, that's for sure. I think he's a leader.
That's
but
fair.
I don't give him more like leadership over the team than I would say Steph Curry. I feel like
that's a better way to say what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
He's the vocal leader. So if there's ever
like he an OG on the team.
If there's ever a topic that you're going to hear, what are the Warriors doing about it? You're going to hear it from Draymond.
Okay, exactly.
He's the voice box.
Spokesman. Yeah,
the voice box. I get it.
That's for sure.
So that's also the reason why I put the vast majority of the Warriors breakup on Draymond.
Right.
Because he is the vocal leader, and I think his inability to, kind of check the ego a little bit with KD clearly drove KD out, and it put the Warriors in the position that they're in right now, where we think they'll bounce.
Winning championships.
Yeah, we think they'll bounce back and be good probably next year or the year after that, but they could still be on their run right now if they didn't fuck it up.
Honestly, though, how many champions? Well, we talking about like the 5th championship they've won, or
we might be tired of them by the
injury.
I might be tired.
We're talking about 4 or 5 championships by now. You're like, when is this gonna stop if they play together? Steph Curry had one of the best seasons of his career last year.
Yeah.
We're talking about a 2-time MVP and who's never.
I don't know if it's better than his MVP season, but yeah.
Probably. He averaged more. Probably a good point. I'm saying he averaged more points.
Giannis just came through and took the MVP.
He literally was carrying the team. That is the only reason why they were relevant at all was because of Steph Curry. And I'm saying he's clearly still in his prime.
Yeah.
It's nothing. Who would have stopped that with him and KD still on the same team?
No, nobody.
Hard to see it happening.
Right. So no.
Were there any other questions or topics that were very interesting or that you thought were?
They get into? They talked about his burner accounts.
He's talked about that a lot. I feel like.
Yeah. You kind of.
He's had to answer for it.
Yeah. Once he answered for it once, though, it was like,
I don't want to talk about this.
What are we asking him for?
What the fuck else did he talk about? I was just thinking about something. Fuck. Just slipped my mind.
It happens so much while recording the pod.
Yeah.
You're trying to let somebody else finish what they're saying, and it's like, I have no idea what I'm talking about anymore.
I forgot what the hell it was. They was talking about the Twitter shit. They was talking about why he about him coming to the Warriors type of shit. What happened?
I thought I messed up the mic again. I didn't.
They was talking about him deciding to come to the Warriors and all this shit and why he made that decision, the backlash he got. And I guess KD's answer was more so like, it just felt like the best basketball decision for me to make. He was like, because before playing with OKC, he wasn't really taking shots at Westbrook or nothing, but like before, he never knew what his role was to be each night. He was like, sometimes he had to be the facilitator. Sometimes he had to be better on defense. Sometimes he had to be the shooter. Sometimes, like he never knew what role he had to play. But he said when he saw the Warriors and how they played all together, getting the moving the ball around that, he said he knew I could just hone in on being a killer. And I could just do that to the highest level and nobody would be able to stop me.
Right.
He's like, so it just made sense for me, like basketball wise, not just because like they was the best team or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's like basketball wise, I knew the way they flowed the ball, I knew I can get my shots, and I can do what I do the best, and that's score buckets.
Yeah, I mean, Warriors KD is the best version of KD.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
It just makes sense.
It's like the perfect setting.
Cold-blooded killer.
Yeah. It's like pick your poison type of shit.
In those playoffs, bro, he was like, I don't know. Like I said, it was like watching Jordan.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You like, yo, this guy is literally unstoppable.
Yeah.
So what can you do?
He hit the same dagger shot on LeBron both finals games.
Gotta love that.
Just stop.
That shit was like, damn, like it's just a fucking deja vu.
I believe really strongly in that defined role thing.
Yeah.
I know y'all aren't baseball guys, but I was literally just talking to my dad about this last night because relief pitchers, most teams use relief pitchers. Well, most good teams that have like 3 or 4 good relief pitchers, they have it set up to when we're winning the game and we need to shut it down. This guy pitches the 7th, this guy pitches the 8th, this guy pitches the 9th. And then most wins when it's close, that is the roster you're going to see come out. I just think when you know what your one job is to get done, that focus is just so much stronger.
Yeah.
Back to the baseball and same with basketball. Like it's nice to have those guys that can do it all and can fill in wherever you need them to. But when you don't know when you're going to get called on to do this thing, it's like, all right, stay ready, but we don't know when we're going to need you for that piece. It just doesn't mesh as well.
You see a lot of
the
teams
Warriors
like that in the league.
That defined.
You see a lot of teams like that in the league. You see with Westbrook, you see with like Bradley Beal, you see with Dame. You see a lot of teams that's built like that where it's like their star player has to do so much any given night and you never know what that is that they have to do.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So when you get on a team like the Warriors, I mean, of course people are going to hate on that because it's like, damn, you're going to go to the best team in the league and you're like a top 3 player in the league. It's like what we doing? But he said it just made sense for him and it did. He got him 2 rings.
Yeah. Ultimately forget all of us. Like, it made his life exponentially better, turned him into the icon. We always knew he was going to be a great player, but once you had championships and MVPs and stuff, it puts you in a different class.
Definitely. Yeah. Definitely.
That's for sure. That's for sure.
It was good shit, though.
Man, what y'all think about, y'all watch any Summer League shit?
No.
Been seeing highlights.
I care about Summer League half as much as I care about preseason.
Yeah, Summer League's not that great. It's even worse than preseason.
Nope. Give me a highlight. Throw me the highlights when a random play happens.
I'm a box score fan on preseason.
Oh yeah,
Summer League is terrible.
Yeah, what y'all think about Jello out there?
He look good.
I don't think anything of it until the season, just because the Summer League has notoriously had people that have just balled out.
I don't think he's gonna make a roster, or not this year. I think he might make he might get on the G League or something.
I didn't know that was even. I thought he was. I thought his performance made him like a shoe in for a spot.
Yeah, they said the Hornets was giving him high praise.
I mean, he had a good first game. He had a good like 2 or 3 games, but I think he kind of tailed off towards the end. Like his last game wasn't very great.
I mean, he showed enough flashes.
He showed that he can shoot the ball. I think. So I feel like he's earned a spot to at least be like on a G League roster or something like that to keep working, because teams are going to need shooters. But I don't think he's earned a spot to be like, you know, a top 15 on a roster or something like that, or to really be in any kind of rotation at least.
Got you.
So I mean, we'll see.
I didn't know.
I think he's shown potential though, to the point where, you know, in a couple of years, I feel like he can make a roster, but maybe not right now.
So I mean, this has kind of always been my thing with him. He clearly has skills.
Yeah,
you know, like he clearly has some potential to him.
Got a jumper for sure.
But I feel like with professional sports nowadays, it's just that like your window is just so small.
Yeah.
Like even if you're young, if you're a 20-year-old and he still is just working to get into the league, it's just next year there's 65 more talented 20-year-olds trying to get into the league. So like if you don't get in on that first try, I mean, there's always those stories of somebody that breaks through late. It's just it's unlikely.
And I think you said before, like especially in this league now, you got to be able to do multiple things on the court. Being a guard, you got to be able to have some good offense, play some good defense.
Right.
But you got to be both sides of the ball type shit. Like you got to show a lot of areas where you can be decent in before you're gonna make a roster. What it seems like, because most guards can do multiple things, are two-way players type shit. It's not many that you don't see many guards that's just like you just a shooter unless they're like coming off the bench type shit. Like you just need you to shoot and that be it. Like you got to start adding more to your game.
That's likely that would be his role coming in because he got so much.
How tall is he?
He's 6'5".
Oh, I was thinking he was bigger for some reason.
No, he's just like he's built different. He's kind of built, I guess, like LeVar more so. He's like more like a NFL tight end, really.
He looks so different now.
Yeah, he slimmed up.
Well, all the tats, and he was a lot bigger. I thought of him as like a fat dude, to be honest.
He kind of
like he can bang in the paint for a 6'5" dude, but I mean, it's probably not many NFL or NBA players probably can bench 300 pounds. So. He's pretty, he's already coming in there with grown man strength. It's just the other things about the game I think he needs to learn. But he's young enough to where, he has some more time. And I think the difference between him and somebody else who's like trying to bust into the league, he's fortunate to have brothers that are like superstars or at least, solid NBA players.
Yeah, I'm sure that has something to do with him being on the Hornets.
Right, to begin with. Sure. He's going to always, or not necessarily always, but he's going to get more opportunities just because of that fact.
Yeah, that's a fact.
So, his wealth.
Does that bother you? Does it bother you?
No, I think it's fair. I think
see the Bucks signed on, what's his name? Thanasis, what's his name? Giannis' little bro?
Not Thanasis is already in the league. I don't know what the newest one's name is, but
I'm saying they re-signed the one that was already on. I'm saying his contract is up and they re-signed.
Didn't they say the other one's going to be like Alex or something like that? I think his name's Alex.
Yeah, that's who I thought you were talking about.
He's supposed to be like the best one.
I don't believe that. Giannis said that, but I think there's some brother shit.
No, he can shoot though. Like he's like Giannis' size, but he got a fucking 3.
I ain't never seen him, so
maybe,
like he can pull up.
Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I don't know really how good he is, but I've seen some highlights, and the motherfucker can shoot. It was impressive to me. I was like, oh, he looks like Giannis, but yeah,
it ain't that Emmanuel Hansel dude, is it?
Nah. That's my guy though. I like that dude. The one-arm fella.
Oh, I mean, he'll ball on your ass to tell you balls for sure.
For sure.
I've been saying he got him off from there. He got him a D1 off.
Like I said, he clearly can hoop if he doing this.
He definitely been balling. Like I give it up.
He's got skilled. I'm not fucking with it.
Motherfuckers is nice.
Ain't gonna embarrass me out here.
I was a little too subtle when I hinted at it, but you don't have no problem with Jello getting preferential treatment because of his brothers, but Tebow getting preferential treatment because of Tebow.
It's a big difference. Yeah. It's a huge difference.
Yeah, you like one, you don't like the other. That's the big difference. He's been playing
basketball his whole life.
Tebow's been playing football his whole life.
No, he hasn't.
You already said it. You already said it when we talked Tebow. Your issue was he's getting preferential treatment. I asked you, does that bother you that Jello gets preferential treatment? You said, nah, I think he should. Yeah, I got you. I tricked you. I put you on the corner. You didn't even know it. You didn't even know it.
Tebow hasn't played.
Oh, I said, does that bother you? You just stepped right into my trap.
He hasn't played in 6 years. I didn't even think it was related.
Stepped right because it was so subtle. Oh,
because it's not related, bro.
Sniped him.
He hasn't played football in 6 or 7 years, and he's playing a complete new position.
I don't give a fuck about
This is not us telling Jello.
I don't care nothing about Tebow.
Play tennis
or Jello.
He's been playing basketball.
Just trying to show you your inconsistencies. That's all. I respect you, brother.
Oh man, haters gonna hate.
Big ticket, KG.
Big ticket.
KG getting this.
Yeah, why do you want to talk about this?
Because I have an opinion I don't think you'll like.
What? He don't deserve it because he didn't stay that long?
Yeah.
His number retired.
The Celtics are going to retire his jersey. If that's what they want to do, that's what we want to do. This is not important at all. I don't care.
Right.
But he played there for 6 seasons. I know they got a championship, but I would have thought I consider a guy going to a team for a short period of time and getting a championship and being adopted by the city. I think of that as for more franchises that never made it to the championship. And it's like, yo, you were our guy. You finally got us there.
I mean, well, he won
The
us our last
Celtics are
one.
like a storied franchise. I just was surprised that they would put so much stock in the championship that he won.
All the championships they won as an organization, like as a whole.
Yeah.
You
But before that last one, it had been a little while. Like it had been a while since we had won a championship.
For sure.
So that was a pretty big ass championship for
Well,
him.
my question out of all this is just: do you think, as a Celtics fan, that he should have his jersey retired?
I don't got a problem with it. I would tell you a fun fact: the Celtics are still paying KG through next year.
Ooh, I didn't realize he was one of those
He's
contracts.
still getting salary money.
They did deferred money on
Yeah,
him
they
or something?
extended it past his retirement.
Good
He's
idea.
still getting checks from the Celtics. We're still paying him through next season.
Nice.
And so they might
for
have
him.
something to do with it. You know, they're still giving him money. Might as well take his jersey.
We retire you, jersey. Just let us
By the
off
way,
the hook for our last year.
By the way, KG is like, I think the top 2 or 3 most earned salary money in NBA history. KG gets his bag.
Oh, wow.
That's one thing he's always done. Even when he was with Brooklyn his last year, he got a bag. When they traded him to Brooklyn.
I didn't realize that.
KG got his bag his whole
And he
career.
played like 20 years.
I think he at least got like 4 or 5 maxes.
Yeah, 20 years of basketball at big contracts.
Yeah.
He's going to get passed quickly, though, because they're giving out $50 million a year to everybody right now.
Oh, yeah,
But
it's going to get
that's
passed.
impressive. I didn't realize that.
Considering like all the NBA history, of course, he came up in a time when they was giving out the most money, but of
Right.
course it always goes up every year or whatever. But yeah, I think it has something to do with it. They're still paying him. He wants our last chip. That's been almost like over a decade now. It's been a little while. Makes sense. It's fitting. I ain't mad at it.
I don't take it that
He's one of my
serious.
favorite players all the time, so he deserves his flowers. They
Yeah.
should retire his shit in Minnesota too.
Have they not?
I think they did. I want to say they did.
Yeah, I think they did. And that one, that makes sense.
He got traded to him like his last season. They weren't he there? He got traded back to him.
Yeah.
So I think
I
they
was
did.
just looking at his stats today to see how many seasons he played.
Yeah,
And he was definitely Minnesota last. But
So yeah, shout out to KG.
I was just curious. I don't think it's anything important. Obviously, he's all famer and stuff. I think of him as a jersey retirement guy. I would think Timberwolves would be the one. But I guess if they both do it, who cares?
Yeah, give him his flowers.
I don't really care. I think it's kind of wild.
What?
I don't really care. I mean, I guess it's kind of wild that they did it, but
It's nothing. That's not major news. I just happened to see it today. I was trying to think of topics and I came across it.
interesting.
I don't really want to talk about this, but Joel Embiid got extended. That was the one other thing I noticed this week.
Oh yeah,
I did see that.
4
I
year,
seen that he said-
196.
for sure. I seen he said like he thinks they can win with
Sounds about right.
Ben Simmons or whatever.
That's a good thing to say.
Yeah, I mean,
I respect
while
that.
you're
Be a good
still
teammate.
teammate.
That's nice. Sixers were in a tough spot, man.
Yeah.
Because his talent and the way the NBA salaries are right now, he's worth giving that contract to.
Thanks.
And you can't not give him that contract because he's going to get furious and fuck up the team if you don't.
Right.
But you don't want to give $50 million a year to somebody who gets hurt the way Embiid gets hurt. That's scary. I think they did what they had to do. I'm just saying that's a scary contract.
You got to do it.
Yeah, that's
no
for
way
sure.
around
I mean,
No, tough
way
spot.
around it, yeah.
He had them held up
Yeah.
at gunpoint.
yeah.
What are you
going
going to do?
He is your franchise right now.
Pretty much.
This guy was
Can't lose.
almost the MVP.
Especially off that last season. He went dumb last season.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. He earned his
he got
money.
the strong arm right now. It's just give him the bag, and maybe he'll have some bad seasons or something.
Pray it works later.
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
See.
Anything else sports? You want to get to music?
Nope. We get to music. What
Let's
we got?
do it.
What do you want to start with?
What do we got? Come on.
Roderick
Go ahead.
Wave.
Go ahead. And let y'all get y'all shit off.
Oh, we're gonna
The
do new
big
music?
tidal wave coming through.
Is that a fat joke?
I don't know.
Rod Wave, the deluxe.
Yeah, I thought it was fire, bro. I like it. I like it a lot. Rod Wave, I think, like I said, I'm gonna say it again, man. He has the most replay value out of anybody in the game currently. It's just is what it is. I think I can always run it back, and I'm gonna be like, oh damn, this song really it's fucking fire. I thought it was just okay before, but now it's fucking legendary almost.
Is this something you've been saying? Like you made it like a point, like this is a point that you've been harping on?
I said that before.
I'm asking a legit question. I'm not trying to set
when
you up this
Soulfly dropped, when the first dropped.
I agree with you 100%.
Like
I don't remember you saying that, but I'm with you. You're right.
Yeah,
that's a good take.
Can I ask you brothers a question?
Yeah, go for it.
You kings. Y'all don't feel that Rod Wave shit is a little repetitive?
Oh no, definitely.
Yeah, I mean,
so
he has his lane.
I'm gonna try to explain. It probably won't come out as good as Carl just put it. But there is something about his music that the more I listen to it, the more I like it. Because the new stuff I put on today was cool.
Yeah.
But it's not there for me yet. But I don't want that to sound like I'm saying it's a bad song. I'm just saying all of his music, as I've listened to it, it gets stuck in my head and I just fucking love it. So the new songs I listened to, I was like, these are cool. Next week, I'll probably come on here and be like, yo, this is the best deluxe album ever dropped.
Yeah,
I'm going to be so hyped next week. But there is something about the replay value that it grows on me. So that is weird.
I'll tell you, it's because one, he can actually sing. Like, guy can really blow. And
hey, yo.
Whatever y'all want to die. Look, you know what I meant.
I'd prefer to say sing.
Yeah. But two, it's like, I get what you're saying about being repetitive and stuff like that, but the reason why I don't get old is because it's like, this is like true feelings. It's like real relatable things that he's talking about. Everyday scenarios. It could be average life motherfuckers, or like he's talking about his perspective of life now, but it's like all real scenarios. So at some point, like I said, it's just things that you can relate to. It's going to catch you emotionally or something like that. And the way he's singing it and like putting his pain in his voice is, I don't know, it's just easy to gravitate to. It's like, what's not to like at a certain point? To me, that's how I feel about it.
I'm not saying I don't like it. I mean, it's cool. I just think like the last song I've heard, Rod Wave, sounds like the first song I heard from Rod Wave. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it is what it is. Like, I ain't mad at it. He found his lane. Obviously, you got motherfuckers that love his shit to death. So why change it? You know, I'm always with that. If you find your lane,
I think this is the baby.
That's y'all's the baby.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's what it's got to be.
I mean, you can say that, but
even though I do think the baby is a lot more versatile than y'all made him out to be, but sure.
The biggest difference is, though, I mean, to me anyway, is again, my issue with the baby is more so like, okay, it's the versatility, but a lot of time the baby ain't even talking about shit, so it's not even, like I said, it's not a relatable track. At least Rod Wave is giving you relatable music.
What's the difference between not talking about shit and talking about the same thing every song? Because I feel like Rod generally talks about the same thing every song.
You talk about life.
Let me try to answer your question. For me, it's the actual thing that's being talked about. Like, there's certain things that I don't mind. Like, you're gonna get like braggadocious shit.
Yeah.
In most every rap song.
Yeah.
I don't mind that. I expect that. I've told you, I don't care about the baby getting his dick sucked. That's the thing for me. That's the thing. Every verse, he'll do a song, and all three verses have a bar about him getting his dick sucked. I'm over that. I'm over that topic.
I don't care about it either.
I'm over it. Like, I didn't mean to make it seem like that's what you're into. No, I'm just saying.
Like the box.
I'm just saying that's
the part back. I want to hear it again.
Well, you did what? How she do it?
I'm just saying.
Right.
That topic
is nasty.
She got nasty with it, babe.
That topic got worn out for me with him. Same thing with Young Thug. I'll listen to Pusha talk about selling cocaine 8 hours a day, every day, and it doesn't bother me.
I think drug dealer talk is into like his own lane. Like you can't like
maybe
if you a drug dealer rapper, you a drug dealer rapper. Like,
that's what you're gonna talk about.
I don't want to hear you talk about anything. It's a love song.
I don't want to hear no love records. Even in the girl song, he talk about drug dealer shit. A drug dealer in love.
That's like I said,
that's true.
I love that song with him and Kevin Gates.
You know what I'm saying?
Pusha T and Kevin Gates. That was the first time I heard him. So, I mean, I think it's just a difference between the two, man. I like Deluxe a lot. The song I like the most is...
By the way, seeing that 35 songs on there didn't throw y'all a little bit? I mean, because y'all love it so much.
Well, I'm not listening to the whole thing again.
Yeah, so
how many
there
was
was only 10 new songs.
10, okay.
So it was something like 15 that were old songs, and then there was like 6 music videos added.
Yeah, I see the NPR Jones he added on there.
Yeah, so the 35 didn't bother me because it's not
I'm not
really
really
35.
the whole thing necessarily
Right.
again.
Well, it had replay value. Replay that shit, bro.
I will. I listen to a lot of those songs still. That's on
Right,
that
right,
album.
right.
I mean, like I said, it's just dude makes bops, man.
He's definitely talented. He got a voice.
I fuck with Rod Wave heavy. Him and Kodak should just go ahead and drop like a street gospel album or something, man. I think it'll be really dope if they
Seems
did.
like it makes sense.
I think it'll be dope. A little maybe like an EP or something, 8 songs. I think they got a few songs together, so maybe they'll put something out like that. But I think that song was amazing, man. It was a beautiful song. It gave me goosebumps. Rod Wave had so many quotables in his verse. It was I think it was one of the best Rod Wave verses I've ever heard on that track.
What song you talking about?
The Get Ready, him and Kodak.
The one with Kodak.
Oh yeah, all right, yeah, I heard that.
I think this is a perfect spot to have this conversation that we held off last week about conscious rap. And to me, it's kind of like all involved. When you talk about conscious rap, what is considered conscious rap? What is considered like lyricism and stuff? I think there's really, I just think we need to tighten up the words that are used.
What you mean?
I think the words, so you've mentioned the conscious part specifically.
Yeah.
And a lot of what you were just saying about the Rod Wave album, when you were talking about him talking about real life and emotions.
Right, it's
and
like,
pain
to
and
me,
stuff.
it's conscious rap. Right.
So to me, I don't like that. I don't like calling it that.
Right.
Because to me, conscious rap is like, when I think conscious rap, I think
Common.
I think Common, Talib Kweli from like the early 2000s.
Right.
And I think
Somebody kicking some knowledge.
yeah, I think that's what conscious rap is, though.
Mm-hmm.
I think conscious rap is like social, political driven of like we need to change these things. We need to do life better, whatever.
Right.
I think that's specific to that message. I think what you're talking about, and what I appreciate with Rod too, is that it's more like vulnerability.
Yeah,
It's like being vulnerable
Just
and
opening
introspective.
up. Right,
it's
right,
vulnerable and
opening up.
introspective. Like, this is my life, and you can apply that term to like Kodak,
Yeah,
and like from a real deep gangster perspective.
Right,
like,
right.
this is all the fucked up stuff in my life. You can also apply that to like somebody that is in like a more upbeat
The baby
type of stuff.
He's talking about getting his dick sucked in the morning.
Fuck
you know?
outta
No,
here.
there's no conscious at all.
You talking about like Cole and stuff?
Yeah,
Like, he's
right.
doing a different version of introspective because his life isn't what Kodak's is, at least not right now anymore.
Right.
So, but I feel like that word is more accurate to call it introspective rap than to call it conscious rap.
That's
for, like,
interesting when you
Kodak.
talk about Cole.
Yeah, I mean, I call it street conscious though. So like that's how I
All
define
right,
it.
that's
because I mean we're not there. Of course, they have no interest in political things. You know,
Right, right.
It's street. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I always defined it, or look at it is that way. So.
I said
What you saying
interesting
about Cole?
about Cole because like I think that's what Cole ran into. Was it last year when he got in that little feud with that girl about like him not doing more and all that, being of his what he talks about?
Yeah.
I feel like people will put him in that conscious rap lane because of how he raps and how the words that he says and puts together or whatever. But I think he's more of like what you're talking about. Just he speaks on people's life situations more so than like being like conscious rap, telling you the facts and giving you knowledge on how to do stuff. He like speaks on like a street person's perspective, being a biracial kid, speaking on being a rapper trying to make it. Being a college kid. He speaks on these perspectives that people can relate to and have been in themselves, and that's more so what you're talking about.
I mean, but that's the conscious thing, and I mean, really, and that's like what attracts me like mostly to these artists. I think really Drake defined it the most at that time. He had sent that message to Kodak. It was like it's like when he's listening to his shit, he feels like he's like looking at his own life from a bird's eye view, and that's what like. You know what I'm saying? Like the perspective is and shit is like, okay, you really just open it, like you said, they're vulnerable. They're really just opening it up. But I think people don't really understand how much skill that requires, or everybody's not capable. I don't even know if it's a skill necessarily, but like everybody's not capable of being that true and honest.
Being
like,
vulnerable.
you know what I'm saying? And then it actually coming off as like you feel the validity behind it and shit too. Like
Authentic.
yeah, right. So it's I don't know. I think to me it's a talent in itself to be able to do that, because it's so many fake people in this world and shit. People can't even like. I don't know. They might not even have the confidence to even expose that type of, things or any type of shit like that about themselves. I think it's just something that I think is difficult. A lot of people want to get on and just rap about being cool. You know what I'm saying? And I did this, I did that type thing. Like instead of just saying like, I went through this or I'm going through this, and like
Somebody
this is
that
the fucked up things about me.
And plays that balance so well is Drake. Drake be saying and rapping about shit that nobody can really relate to.
Right.
But the way he puts it together makes it seem so authentic, like you can relate to it.
Right.
But he's talking about shit that none of his fans can really relate to shit that he's saying. But you
Like what? I'm not sure if I follow.
Like Drake is like a talking shit, braggadocious rapidy when he get into his bag type shit. And it's like he's speaking on things like the bars he's saying is so crazy, it's hard, but it's like it's not relatable. Mm-hmm. I can't relate to what the shit Drake talking about.
It just depends on what it is. Like a lot of the things he said, maybe like about romance and stuff like that.
Yeah, maybe the love songs.
That would be a lot. Like that's relatable. And I mean, it just depends on what part can you tap into. That you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. It's just what parts make sense to you or are relatable to you, and that might be the Drake that some people gravitate to mostly because of those things.
Right.
I've been thinking about it a lot because ever since that conscious rap conversation got mentioned, it was like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Shout out to Boss.
I think you have I don't know if I'm getting this across or not, but I agree with what you're saying, and I think that vulnerability, introspective stuff is something that the new generation has, and I think that's the talent that they have that the old school didn't have.
Right,
where they don't have
the skills.
They don't have the bar talent that the old people used to have.
Right,
they do not have it. They can't match it. Our best of our best, throwing back in '95, and I don't think we think of them as the best. But they do that vulnerable shit and talk about stuff that's not cool. It is now. Like now, it's become more acceptable. But I think they broke that barrier of being more like passion, vulnerable based than having like maybe as much skill. But that's a skill in itself to have the confidence to be able to put stuff out.
Everybody before just wanted to kind of be like, I'm the best MC type shit. Like, I don't know, I'm gonna out rap you. And now it's just like, nah, I'm really just gonna, I don't know, get into my bag and I'm gonna make like great music, or I don't know, like, just try to put my feelings out there on these shit. And not to say these artists don't make, other type of songs too, like turn up shit too and stuff like that. But for the most part, I think that's like a lot of what you're seeing with these NBA young boys and, artists in that kind of tier. So, yeah.
Makes sense.
Do you have like a classification you would put them in?
I mean, I kind of agree with what you said, mostly. This is more so them talking about their experience through their rhymes type of shit, being vulnerable. Yeah. I agree with that, for sure. We ain't gonna call them the new generation lyricists, though.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing that bothers me is
that's why that on this like.
But I don't think that's why I said like I think just the words that we use to describe it need to be like accurate,
right?
Because I don't think that's what Carl's trying to say when he makes that point either.
Okay.
That's how I hear it too.
Yeah,
he's like they're the new lyricists. Like, I don't think he's actually trying to say. Like they're in this lyrical class, like this is the new version of the old. I'm not saying that
this is Lupe of today's generation, but it's like if you're looking for lyrics, this is what to expect. You know what I'm saying?
Type of lyrics,
right? This is and like I said, I mean, these guys are some of them.
Kind of like what you said. The lyrics ain't about the bars; it's about the feeling of what they say.
Yeah, and I like that's why the shifted, but it's nothing that's changed. It's like that's the reason why I've always loved Pac so much, because it was never about Pac wasn't trying to out rap nobody. It was about his feelings on the track. Like it's about true thoughts and like and like that, and that's what made him the best rapper. And I think these kids pull more from that than say a Biggie. You know what I'm saying? Like that's where I put it at. It's like, you know, that kind of street conscious rap and shit. Like this Tupac style or Pac-ish is where I feel like a lot of these kids are coming from. And like I said, Boozy did the same thing and stuff like that. So they I'm sure that's an influence to them as well. But what do y'all think about the Murray diss? Did y'all think that was a diss? Did you hear it?
I don't know if it was a diss, but he do sound salty a little bit.
Yeah, I mean it's either a direct diss at Morey, or he's just airing frustrations at the label, and he happens to be kind of caught in the middle of it.
Are they signed to the same label?
I'm not sure.
That would make it like. That would really make it like, all right, I understand why you feeling like this.
I doubt it, because when Morey was on his like first big interview circle, he was talking about some random guy that like wasn't
independent.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't think so. I don't know. If it was a shot, I don't like it. I like both.
So what did he say exactly? He said that.
Said something about they're trying to replace me.
They grabbed a fat nigga out of the trenches trying to replace me. I feel like. No, he said like labels used to pass on me. Now they want to recreate me or something like that. They grab a fat nigga out of the trenches to replace me. And I feel like it couldn't have been more direct, even if he said they grabbed a fat nigga out of the quicksand to try to.
Right. No, I'm with you.
I'm with you. I feel like that's coming straight at Murray at that point. I don't know what kind of differences they have, or
that's what I'm saying. It's clearly like about him though.
Yeah,
but it's just whether or not is he saying it like, yeah, this dude is a fucking loser. Why are you?
Well, maybe that's just how he feels like as far as just opening it up, just like his internal frustration. Maybe it's not even necessarily something really directed at Murray, but you have moments like that. Even when say you're scrolling down your timeline and you'll see some shit and you be like, it's really nothing that involves you. Be like, man, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You know, it's just how you feel internally. Like sometimes, and he's just putting that out.
Maybe. It's jealousy. It's jealousy.
Let's call it what it is. We've seen it happen in rap plenty of times.
Well, it could be.
Why do y'all think Rod Waves would be jealous of Murray though?
It's clear jealousy.
Like we've seen it happen. With a Dej Loaf. We've seen somebody come in and create a lane of music that sounds different from what everybody else is doing. Then you see other people start to do it, and then you'll see people that look like them and mimic what's going on. And sometimes they do it better. And Murray could be one of those guys. He might make bigger records than Rod Wave at some point. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think. I don't think there's any competition between the two. Murray, I do like him a lot. I don't think he can fuck with Rod Wave, but I just don't think it's. But I think from a spot of jealousy, because I think
jealousy has a negative connotation. I don't think it has to be. I think he clearly told you he's jealous. He's saying, I do a style of music that y'all didn't care for. I kept doing it anyway. And now you're trying to find somebody that does my style of music, and he's blowing up and getting mad attention for it. I think it's clear jealousy, but I think it's reasonable. Like if you got passed up by labels that are now signing Morey, who has a lot of similarities, and he's going up off of what you tried to sell them, you should be jealous.
That's how labels work.
I would be mad about
something that works. Oh, we need one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to make it seem like Murray a bigger artist than Rod Wave or nothing, though.
No, but he's not.
No, he just came out. He's too new.
But mainstream attention, his name has been more essential the last 6 months than Rod Wave.
He blew up faster than Rod Wave did.
He's got a ton of
came
attention.
out the gate with a banger.
That industry plant type shit. I'm not sure. I'm not calling him an industry plant, but that's what academics said, and it's like that kind of. That's what I thought of when
he stopped doing that shit too. Stop calling people an industry plant just because they blow up. Like that's the era we in. People just blow up out of nowhere.
Yeah, anybody that blows up faster than other people want them to is an industry plant.
Yeah, it's like this is how it works. It's the internet, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of the things. You know, he got a lot of spins on that song, but it was a great song though. For sure.
It is. It is.
It was a good song.
I'd like to see them work together. I don't want to see them beef.
I don't think Rod Wave will work with another singer in person.
Probably not. I mean, he seems a bit like a dick, to be honest with you.
I thought he seems humble.
I think he's a nice. I don't think he's got like a big ego, But I mean, he constantly is talking about he don't want to fuck with nobody else.
Yeah, I've seen him say a few times that he don't be fucking with rappers and all this shit.
Yeah.
And other artists. I don't think he fuck with nobody really.
Yeah, I mean, it's very few people he fuck with, but I'm just saying, like, I mean, what's wrong with that? Like, that's kind of how
Nothing.
the person I am. Small circle is just like, he just, I don't know, he closed off, he's isolated. Like,
At the same time,
Nothing's wrong with that. But you wouldn't be considered friendly if you're like.
well, I mean,
That's what I'm
that
saying.
doesn't make you he probably is friendly once you actually get to know him or whatever, but
Maybe.
that don't make you a dick because you don't hang out with a lot of people.
I wasn't trying to assassinate his character. I was just saying I don't think he's a friendly guy.
it also
That's
can
what I
deter
think.
you from doing future things if you're not fucking with people in the industry a little bit.
I mean,
You can stay in your lane, be closed off, but you might miss opportunities doing that shit. Like,
yeah, for sure, but it's
like when he turned down doing that Drake feature, it was like, what are you talking about? Like,
But I mean,
why
that's
would
the
you turn
beauty.
it down?
That's the beauty of the business he in. Like, he is his own business. You know what I'm saying? You can
I
pick
get
and
it.
choose what you want to do and how you want to do it. For the most, it depends on what you own and what your contract states and all that stuff. But I mean, he's his own business, so it's the choice. I got a lot of respect in that, and as somebody who's just trying to jump into the industry and fuck with everybody, like,
I do too.
you don't know. Rod Wave, somebody from the streets of Florida and shit, you never know people's true intentions in the streets, and it's probably even worse than something like Hollywood, where people are always really trying to snake you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, he gotta get out of that though.
I'm just saying, I wouldn't. That's a mentality you grew up
You'll
with.
close a lot of doors and burn a lot of bridges being that way, bringing that street mentality into trying to prosper as an artist.
I mean, it's in certain ways, but it's at the same time, it's like I wouldn't want to go in there and just feel like I gotta get a whole bunch of new friends and stuff, and I gotta fuck with all these rappers and
Not
things.
necessarily be friendly, but it's like what reason we seen Kanye? We'll probably get into that next. Call all these new hot artists to be on his album. What reason is Rod Wave not on there? Like, it seemed like it would be fitting to have somebody like Rod Wave on a gospel album that Kanye is doing. It's like it's opportunities like that he probably is not getting the chance to be a part of because him being that way.
But
You know what I'm
at the same time, maybe it's not something he wants to deal with. Wants to do.
True.
Like I said,
That's true.
at this point, it doesn't make you a dick about it. It's just like he's a dude that works on his own terms.
Right.
So I mean, sounds exactly what he signed up for. You know, or
I ain't mad,
what he
man.
dreamed about. You know, to be.
Yeah, I don't think that came across the way that it was intended. I'm trying to think of an example of somebody that we know, but we have I have friends that are dicks. Like, they're nice once you get to know them and stuff, but they're kind of prickly. It's not somebody you're gonna walk up to on the street and be like, "Yo, what's happening, man? What you think?" Like, they're gonna be standoffish and kind of alone. I don't think that's a bad thing. I'm just saying. That's what I've gathered from him. I don't see him doing a lot of features. I think that's where that started from. We're talking about Moray.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think he's gonna work with another singer or nothing like that. Maybe a female singer or something, but
We shall see.
That should probably be great.
It would be. It would be. Well, you mentioned Kanye.
I did.
What was the theory that you heard? Because I had two of them I seen that I thought were both pretty interesting. But
I seen the one. I think I seen it on Reddit actually.
yeah, I think I know this one.
Was that the one when they was talking about him keep pushing him back his album, like he's doing it on some type of something against the industry and labels and not putting it on streaming platforms and shit like that?
Yeah.
I thought it was kind of weird. I can't remember how the whole deep dive of
I
it
mean,
went.
the theory in general was that the person that came up with this is saying the album is out now.
Right.
Said the album is out right now,
Right.
and this is how the album is going to live. The theory was saying he's not putting it on streaming platforms because that money would go back to Sony or he owes them for the deal or whatever. The album has a track list. You know what the songs on the album are because he keeps doing these shows, and he's going to tour it and make a bunch of money. But that he was never going to put the album out. That the album is out currently. That was the theory. I'm just telling you what it said.
Wait, but what do they mean that it's out? Like you can actually get your hands on the copy?
No, I was saying that, like, I don't know how to explain it well, but basically they were saying like this is his 10th album, and the track list thing was a big part of it. They're like, we could tell you what songs 1 through 12 are, but the album is coming from an artistic perspective, but it's out already. This is the album that I'm giving you. You're not going to have like physical copies or Apple copies.
Be able to stream
it just is a living, breathing album. That was some really artsy
That's some
shit.
Kanye shit right there.
It is.
Right? I can see it being true.
Type shit.
But that's a little too artsy, like weirdo Kanye fan to me.
I broke it down to a very simple level.
Let's hear it.
Y'all know about the deluxe album.
I do.
This is just a deluxe rollout.
Okay.
Y'all thought the rollout was over? Here's another one. Here's another promo. Here's another deluxe. I'm gonna keep adding more songs, adding more features. He's just adding more as he goes along. Every time you hear it, he add another feature here. It's another song. The beat sounds a little bit different. I think he's gonna stretch this shit out as much as he can. And I don't know if it comes up.
I'm not sold.
Maybe he's trying to make it an event.
Yeah,
Like,
I could see him like you said,
is
going
not
on
an
tour
album,
with this shit.
It's like it's an event, it's a movement type
Yeah.
thing. It's
That
like
was what they were saying.
it's almost like
In correlation with his church shit, it's like
I'm
a celebration. I'm
thinking of
gonna
it
go
like
around,
Disney,
tour around the
almost
country.
like something, like I don't know, you're really signing up for an experience type thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
But I want to be clear. This is just a cool theory, I think.
yes,
I don't want to sound like one of these fucking Kanye weirdos that's like, nah, he's got a deeper purpose and everything is by design.
That
He's
shit
so
was a
much
crazy
smarter
deep
than
dive,
us.
deep dive there. That was a crazy deep dive. Like, damn, you took this shit another level. Like,
All right,
that shit.
well, check this one out. Because
Oh,
this
you got
one I
another
thought
one?
was more interesting, and I think it's even sicker if it's true. Make sure I got it right. Where did it go? Where did it go? Damn it, this is bad. All right. So he says, fuck, that's not the right one. Hold on.
Pause.
All right, so this is another fan theory. Says, first listening party, Kanye is in hell. His clothes are red, and the place he is in is devoid of anything. Hell is known in the Bible as a place without connection to God or anything really. Second listening party, Kanye is in purgatory. His clothes are black, and he's locked in a mundane lifestyle of staying in his room and reading a Bible to atone for his sins. The imagery is distinctly different from the first show. The show ends with him ascending from purgatory to the gates of heaven. That's why the end of No Child Left Behind. Oh wait, it says that's why the end is No Child Left Behind. God is not letting the child that Donda left God is not letting the child that Donda left staying in purgatory, and he's allowing him to ascend into heaven. If we have a third listening party taking place in Chicago, the set and clothing design may be heavily heavenly inspired.
that's pretty dope.
So I watched.
People are decoding the fuck out of this shit.
Yeah, this could
what
be a
people
bunch.
do, yeah.
This could be a bunch of nonsense BS. But once I
That
read
sounds
it,
fairly accurate.
once I read it and thought about, I only watched the second performance, but I saw the clips of the first one in the red and all that shit.
Yeah.
In that second performance, he's like the stage setup is like a circle of him sitting in it by himself with the Bible next to a bed, and that's the only thing there.
Yes,
and he did have the ascension up to the roof at the end. I don't know. This one is interesting.
Yeah.
If that is true, that's a dope rollout, and I appreciate all the attention to detail and stuff. If not, this was at least a fun thing for me to get excited about for an hour on a Tuesday night. But
That's some easy
I thought
shit
that was
right
pretty
there.
dope.
That's some easy shit right there to do that. But I definitely think it's going to turn to a tour more so than an album coming out. But it might come out. I hope it comes out. I got the rough version.
I might have to get that from you.
Yeah.
Somebody important apparently posted on Twitter that it will come out next week. Like it was like an executive of the.
I did see that.
Did you see that? Did you see anything
No,
about that?
100% is dropping. Right
It was
after
like
that.
the executive of the label or some shit. I forget what the name was, but they said next Friday is the last one. It's 100% coming out. If you believe that, you're fucking retarded.
Even
If
when I
it
see
happens, it happens. But do not believe that guy, whoever that was.
Yeah, I don't believe
Even
that
when I
shit
see
at
it.
all. But we'll see. We'll see for
You
sure.
keep stringing this shit along.
For sure.
Let that fire go.
We can still come back to new music because we went Rod Wave and then went new music. But weird theory stuff, I feel like this Kendrick topic is related.
Yeah.
Did y'all see the note thing that he put out today?
I didn't. What happened?
Oh, really?
I didn't see it.
Kendrick
I didn't see
posted
this
some shit. You just said yes?
I did see somebody tweet
lying.
about Kendrick. I was like, I didn't know what they was talking about though.
He posted something today. He said, I don't want to read the whole thing again. I just read the whole last thing.
Give me the gist.
He said he's putting his last album out on TDE.
On TDE?
Yes.
So he's leaving Top?
Yeah, so maybe you need to read the whole thing.
Oh, wow.
He's a deep dude, though. He's like, I spend most of my days with fleeting thoughts, writing, listening, and collecting old beach cruisers. The morning rides keep me on a hill of silence. I go months without a phone. Love, loss, and grief have disturbed my comfort zone, but the glimmers of God speak through my music and family. While the world around me evolves, I reflect, blah, blah, blah. As I produce my final TDE album, I feel joy to have been a part of such a cultural imprint after 17 years. The struggles, the success, and most importantly, the brotherhood, blah, blah, blah. There's beauty in completion and always faith in the unknown. Thank you for keeping me in your thoughts. I prayed for you all. See you soon.
Fucking weird.
Kendrick is a super weirdo, and I have a fan theory. I think that he got very religious and decided that music was not his purpose in life. I think he believes he has a higher calling. He got into some
sounds like it.
Religious
Sounds
stuff
like
on the last album. Yeah,
I can see it.
for sure.
If this is the case, I mean, I've joked around about like being mad that he doesn't put out any more music because I'm a fan. I would like to get some more music. It's frustrating to not be able to listen to an artist that you like.
Yeah.
Man to man, person to person level, if he's on some real deep shit and trying to find the meaning and purpose behind his life and he thinks that the music industry is not it, never put out another song again. Disappear. Right. I'll be happy for Kendrick. I don't care. Like, that's way bigger and stuff. But the whole TDE thing is odd because that kind of makes it sound like he's going to continue to do music but go independent.
That's the part that really, like, last album with TDE. So that doesn't mean that's his last album ever. Like, he's done rapping.
Right.
That just sounds like he's just leaving the label to me, which is off because he's been with them his whole career.
Yeah.
So it's like,
why at this point, you know?
Yeah, that's what's weird. I mean, you don't hear nothing about him or hear nothing from him at all. So
I think he's starting his own. You remember that real odd, mysterious thing where he put out the website that had like, it seemed like it was like a media company or something.
Yeah, he's doing some content or something. So that makes sense.
It's called like LP Lang or some shit. I don't know what it is or what it stands for, but that's my gut feeling is that he's fulfilling the TDE contract and then having his own label.
Now that makes sense, especially coming under Dre and Top and seeing what they've built.
They were mentioning that Baby King being his first artist.
Yeah, you can definitely see him starting his own label and having his own situation. So that makes sense. This is weird, man. Him and Cole, I never buy into the rappers retiring shit, but if there was any rappers that I think would put out their last albums, it would be him and Cole.
Yeah.
That would just say,
walk
this
away.
is it. That's it. Y'all had this.
On the island for
yeah,
real,
just walk off. You'll never see or
shit.
hear from him again unless you see him on the street somewhere walking around New York City or something.
Right.
I can see both of them doing that, so it makes sense.
This might be weird. It's weird. I'm going to ask it anyway. Y'all ever think about like how much time we waste, whatever you want to call it, on entertainment? You ever think about
I do it all the time.
we really are just distracting ourselves from doing something important?
Facts.
I don't think there's anything wrong with like enjoying entertainment, sports, music, movies. Like those are my three things that I'm almost most passionate about. If I meet somebody new, that's immediately what I'm trying to talk to you about. But like, I don't know. Sometimes I wonder like if I'm really messing up by watching a game and then a podcast and then this. And like I spent 8 hours of my night doing something that was fun. It was enjoyable to my life.
Absorbing.
But it did nothing to benefit anything.
Right.
Y'all ever think about that?
I do for sure.
Yeah.
You ever feel bad about it?
Not really. No.
I don't often, but sometimes
Every
I'm
now
like,
and
man,
then.
what if I'm supposed to be like somebody really doing something special and I'm gambling, watching 7 baseball games?
Man, we doing a podcast every week.
This is true. We're making a difference. We're making a
Make a difference
difference.
somewhere, bro.
Putting our thoughts
Impact
out there in the
lives.
world.
Yeah.
But yeah, every now and then I feel like that. It's definitely because, high level of taking in entertainment, podcasts, music, all this shit all the time, movies, shows. It's a lot of shit, especially when time I was off for that long period of time. I'm just bullshitting around all day.
You're learning some, like you're doing something that's enjoyable to your life. Like there are benefits to it, but ultimately, I don't know, man. Sometimes I worry about it. I'm like, I don't want to die one day. Be like, yo, but I caught every game though. Yeah, I didn't miss nothing. I didn't miss the flagrant 2 in 6 years. That, like, I don't know, man. Just something to think about.
Like,
something to think about.
Entertainment is one of them things that just makes things bearable most of the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? You need the entertainment. Because just think how boring shit would be if there wasn't entertainment.
I mean, you could be Amish.
This is true.
They look like a real boring time they be having.
It does.
I mean, even everything about them screens boring.
Yes, like they intentionally.
It's intentional.
We want you to make sure that nobody looks at us and thinks excitement.
No bright clothes, everything dull, no excitement whatsoever.
The dullest shit. I'm like, yo, why they haven't advanced any of their clothes? Like, in all these years, they still wear the same shit.
And they're sitting at home right now talking about. There's people that actually sit around just listening to other people talk.
Yeah.
Just wasting their life. Can you believe those idiots?
What would you be doing though?
I don't know.
You know what you need to do?
What's up?
You need to have a kid.
I mean, I don't want that. I don't want that.
Because if you ever feel like you ain't doing something of some responsibility, you'll have something to do all the time.
I don't have time to like consume all the time just because of that.
Nah, I don't want that. I don't have any like occupation or event or something that I think I should be doing with my time or anything. I am like a curious person. So like I am naturally, if I see something I don't know, like I immediately Google it and research it, and I think that type of activity is like still beneficial to like
absorbing
you becoming a better person or a smarter person, whatever, more well-informed. I could at least be doing that. Yeah, instead, like I'm literally just watching Netflix for 9 hours after work. It's just that can't be good. That can't be good. Just that's my introspective verse. I'm a conscious rapper.
Yeah, there you go.
Anyway,
it's kind of hard.
Yeah, I'm out here.
Yes, indeed.
What else do we have?
Dollar.
Yeah, the new music. Let's get back to the new music.
Dame Dollar, man, he's getting better.
He is.
He's getting better. He's got a solid project he put out.
You feel like a proud dad?
Yeah. I enjoy the process of seeing like
I do too. It's cool.
Rappers like actually getting better from project to project. Because I understand Dame, you're an NBA player. I know you have your hate for him altogether of him rapping. And you know, it's always been a stigma with NBA players or any athlete trying to get into music or whatever. But I think he's by far the best that's ever done it. Like when it comes down to it, he's solid. He's a solid rapper. He knows how to make great projects now. Dope records. I mean, yeah, gotta give it up to Dame. He's making some bangers out there.
Man, Shaq will always be the best that ever done it. But yeah, I did hear. I did hear some growth there. I think I actually, it was a listenable song. It was pretty good. I'm not going to front. I like the way that it sounded. Am I going to listen again? Maybe not. Probably not. But if it just happened to be on, I could nod my head to it. Very unlike anything else that I've heard from. I will say that. That is my compliment to Dame Dollar.
I think we should take that as one of the biggest compliments Carl's ever given. I'm proud of you for coming to that point.
It was actually good.
No, I think it is clear to see though. Like the growth has just been. I thought I was in between the two of y'all. Pause on where we stood with Dame. It was like, yes, he is good at rapping for an athlete. But my ears are only hearing him as a rapper, and it's not as good as the rappers. That was that was what I thought.
Right, I get you.
At this point, I feel like this album, what I've heard so far, he's reached the point where if I didn't realize that it was Dame, if somebody just had the song on, I would be like, oh, that was pretty solid. Yeah. You know, like I wouldn't recognize him as an athlete. So I think that's probably where he wants to be, and then continue to improve from there. But Yeah, I liked it. I like what I've heard. You know, I'm a huge. He got Blast on there twice.
Yeah.
Got my man Mozzie. I
West
like the
Coast.
Wayne. Wayne did solid on his song.
I think he's had Wayne on every project.
I thought so,
I
too.
think they like real tight.
That makes sense.
And that's one of the things that I kind of like started to respect Dame for his rapping for, because he had like Wayne from like one of his first projects
Early on, yeah.
So like if Wayne, one of the best rappers we've ever known, is fucking with him and doing tracks with him every time he puts out a project, he's got to have some type of talent with him. You know what I'm saying? I don't think. Not saying that Wayne wouldn't do it just because he'd be cool with Dame, but I don't think he'd be doing that many songs with him on some shit like, if he didn't think he was kind of nice. So, you know, I fuck with that.
I agree. I don't necessarily think everybody needs a cosign, but I don't think there's any denying a cosign helps.
Of course.
Once you got a more legitimate rapper that will jump on the songs, it gives you some credibility.
Definitely.
Dame, yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye out. I'm keeping an eye out now.
Videos have been tight too. You gotta check them out.
Videos?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Videos have got dope.
Nice.
Yeah, I really appreciate how he like sets time aside in his off season to put out an album every year too.
Yeah, I bet
Like,
he's not caught up on Netflix right now.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It becomes like routine. Like
He's
when the
doing his
season
shit.
starts, he's all in on basketball. When the season's over, he puts a project together. I think it's dope.
He's clearly somebody that like just has extreme drive.
Yeah.
Just whatever he's doing,
Yeah.
he's got to
Very
find
determined
something
dude.
to go be as best as he can be at. That's
Very
a respectable
determined dude, for sure.
characteristic.
For sure.
Moray and Mo.
Moray and Mo Tree.
Yeah.
What a duo. Let's bring Mo back. Bring Mo back.
I swear I thought this motherfucker was like 6'4", 250 pounds. Dog.
Why you think he was so big?
Just because he's fat?
No, I just thought he was like he kind of sounds like a bit like of a big, like intimidating guy.
I thought he was going to look like Bone Crusher.
Now, I've seen him before. Like, I've seen him before, and maybe I've just never seen him next to anybody else. In this video, he was next to a lot of people, and this guy is miniature as fuck.
Short.
Or was. He was...
Now I kind of
mini Mo.
curious.
He's definitely short. I always remember that video where he was singing in that kitchen. He looked pretty shorter than everybody
See,
else. in that
to
room.
me, I don't know.
Titties
maybe I
wasn't
just
above the counter.
Yeah. It was like the counter was like right there. It was like, he's kind of short.
It was amazing to me how small he was. Do they have his height?
5'3".
He's
Damn.
5'3".
Dog.
Yeah.
5'3" is probably 250.
That's
he
wild.
looked-
That's
he
shorter
looked
than
like-
Kevin Hart.
He looked like 42 Doug in this video, and I'm like,
That's
oh
crazy.
shit.
I mean, this is some random ass website I just pulled up, but it was the first one that linked
that
in Google.
counts.
That's
This is what we're
wild.
going
She's
with.
smaller than Tory Lanez.
Yeah.
Probably not inside,
and
but in
somebody's
height.
talking all this gangster shit and stuff, and it's like,
Got like that deep voice growling at you,
I thought
sounding
this motherfucker
scary.
was 6'4".
Oh man,
250 pounds, like NFL D lineman size.
So
So I'm
the
thinking
music got you.
the second website says 5'6". So
We're gonna meet in the middle. Let's
call it 5'4.5".
Yeah, for sure.
That's funny.
Sounds great.
That
Though.
reminds me of like, I used to think DMX was a big dude when growing up.
Was
Yeah.
he short or he's just regular?
Oh, DMX
size?
is small.
I didn't know that.
He's under 6 feet. He might be like 5'8" at the tallest.
I don't like the way that you said under 6 feet is small. I don't appreciate this little. This it's like, yo, he's small.
He's small,
Dude is
for
under
sure.
6
But
foot,
no,
like a little
I think
bitch.
he might be under that. Like under 5'8" type shit. DMX is a small dude.
I didn't realize
5'7", I think.
But not even like
He's
the
negative
6
6
foot
feet right now.
negative 6 feet.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, X.
Wow.
shit.
I'm sorry, X.
Look how X
That's
looking at you right now.
right.
My
Look
bad.
how X looking at you right now.
My bad.
But yeah, just
That was
because
a
how
good
he
one,
was so, dog barking, being all aggressive on the track, you think he was a big dude.
All right, so we gotta retrain our brains.
Right.
When you hear that loud, aggressive, they're 5'7".
It's
Right.
the new tiny, right?
It's Napoleon complex.
Right.
You're not barking at people if you're 6'3".
That
You're
makes
getting
sense.
arrested if you're 6'3" barking at people.
makes sense.
If you're 5'7", they're like, yo, leave the crack
It's the
kettle on.
Chihuahua. It's
Yeah.
like it's not gonna really harm
I
you.
need
You want some Taco Bell?
I
Right.
seen T.I. on like perform. Yo, that is a small dude.
He is tiny.
That's a really small dude. But he would be moving on that stage though. That motherfucker would be all over the place.
Sure, doesn't require that much effort. You just glide. And Fucking the wind picks you up sometimes.
I was wondering where you was going
I
with
wasn't sure. It's like, oh, you said T.I.'s name. I want to say something bad about him.
I didn't say anything bad about T.I.
Nah, you wanted to though. You were like,
stage.
you were
That's a
twitching.
performing ass dude right there.
Performing as
Put on the
dude.
show.
It's a good name to have.
What
What other new music did you? I didn't get to listen to the Division, Ty Dolla.
It was cool.
Is it good?
It was cool. Yeah, I like it. You know, I'm a big fan of both of them for sure for a while. So it's good to see them put out that project together. It's dope. A lot of good vibes on there.
I can't imagine putting Ty on something and having it not come out good. So
Right. Division too.
I don't have any
You know about
doubts.
Division, they like that.
I don't. So I don't know about them enough yet.
Yeah.
I don't
like
know.
that. Listen to that?
Division.
Division. They
Subtraction?
signed the OVO.
Addition?
They signed the OVO.
So Drake fellas.
Huh?
The Drake fellas.
Yeah, they signed the OVO.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know anything about him.
Oh, I thought you
It's
say you're an
it's a
R&B
tandem.
guy. That's
It's
what
a,
I'm
it's a
saying.
singer and
You don't know either.
I listened to him some.
What are you talking about?
I know the song they had with Mac Miller.
About him,
Division is a duo with a singer and a producer.
See?
Is that what they call division? Why are they called division?
Because they divide the workload.
That's what I'm saying. Is that why they call division?
Yo, that was bars. Don't just go past that real quick.
Bro, that's why I brought it up.
Nah, but mine was
workload.
better. Mine was better. I hammered it home. I'm an old
like
school
it.
lyricist.
Yeah,
You're
right,
a new
right,
school
there you go.
You're
lyricist.
rolling with that. I like it. I don't really know the full meaning for it, but I thought it was a dope name.
I don't like that they do the no vowels. Not a fan of
The
that.
DVSN.
DVSN. What the fuck is that?
What
That's the
fuck
new
is
age
that?
shit, bro.
I don't like it.
It's
I don't like
Division.
it.
You know
No,
what
I
it
can't
is.
spell that shit. What if I was looking for that music, that's not gonna pop up. But
DIV. I don't see nothing.
Right.
Yeah,
Y'all,
think about
y'all
it.
don't know about Division though, so if y'all knew that, y'all knew that's how they spelled it.
If he had division, he would know
Somebody
about
just said
division.
that. Yeah, right. I have the division. I
Bars
know all
on bars
about
on bars.
Division.
Okay.
White dude bringing all the bars today. What
They
else?
dope though, man. I don't know what else we got, man. I like that Trippy Red song. It was cool.
Trippy Red. Which one did you like?
Trippy Red.
Oh, it was
G, Lil Durk.
Polo and Lil Durk.
Yeah,
That's
it's
right.
Pretty good record.
He had another Juice WRLD song on there. It was all right. I kind of liked it. Oh, that's another topic.
What?
Did y'all see the stuff that said that Pop Smoke has no more unreleased music?
Yeah, I meant to write that down.
And people are furious.
He has no more.
No
They said
more
the well is
unreleased
dry.
music.
They said pretty much he has next to like no songs left. His friend came out and said that he thinks that they shouldn't have released as many songs as they did on his last album, like putting out 30 songs total or something like that, I guess. Well, that including the deluxe. We pretty much said that that's pretty much all of Pop Smoke's music right there.
I
what
think
we've
that's
got.
how it should be. That's my personal opinion.
I mean, it kind of makes sense. Like I remember listening to the album. It sounded like it was scrapped songs. You know what I'm saying? Like just one verse of his on this shit and a hook. Like they weren't even full songs that he was doing. So
Right,
they had all them
highly
features. So it's
unlikely
like
we'll hear anything. Like
I just
Yeah.
didn't understand why people were mad. Like they wanted
it's
people to
upsetting.
save it for what, 5 years from now?
right.
I feel like music moves too fast.
Right.
I think it's cool to be able to put out two. I can't say it.
Everybody's like Tupac, bro. Everybody ain't got 10 albums of music they did before they died.
Yeah, I don't particularly care for it after a certain period of time.
Yeah.
I feel like if they've got music that was close to being ready, they pass, and you want to still, put out that music, carry on the legacy, provide some money for the family. That's awesome. But I don't want them storing up music and dropping stuff 6 years from now.
I can see why people would have an issue with that because they did drop them shits back to back. And then they put out the deluxe for both of them. So yeah, you used up all them songs.
It's been 2 years though, right? Since he passed?
Yeah, has it been 2 years? I think it was just last year, wasn't it?
I'm not sure.
2 years, I think.
Been 2 years?
I don't know. Who knows? Might have been a year and a half. We'll call it that.
Something like that. Yeah,
like that.
year and a half. Yeah, that sounds about right. But I like at the same time, I like how they doing with Nipsey because he's supposed to be having another album come out. It's been a couple of years since the last album dropped.
They didn't put anyone out though after he died, did
No.
they?
I think they did a couple songs, a couple singles. He was
Yeah, verses and stuff, but
no
no
project
album.
since Victory Lap.
So I mean, that seems fair enough if he hasn't put out the music anyway.
Yeah. I mean,
I saw related Anderson .Paak got a tattoo on his forearm that said something about, when I died, I don't want anybody to release my unreleased music. No bullshit. That's what it says. That's the tattoo.
On his Prince shit. Well, little do you know, Anderson .Paak, when you die, you can't do nothing about it if somebody wants to put out your shit.
I mean, no, you can't do it.
No,
possession transfers to somebody, but you would have to have somebody that you trust to take ownership.
Yeah, I mean, but
you eventually, your estate,
or just your music.
That was
just your music. Period.
Whatever. It depends on like what's going on contractually, but let's be whoever was the executor of your or state or whatever assigned title it is, they would have the power to say what they can do with it. And it's normally going to be like a spouse or I don't know, somebody related to you, somebody close.
At the end of the day, once you're gone, there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, what y'all are saying is both true.
You can put it in writing before you leave, though.
Prince did that. They still put out an album without it.
Yeah, once somebody else has taken the possession, I mean, they could tell you, they can mean the world to you.
Yeah. And
you could think you could trust them for forever, but ultimately, once you're gone, they could not keep their word. Right. There's just no way to
yeah, I mean, I guess, I don't know.
Keep it set.
They just dropped Aaliyah's 1 in a Million album on DSP.
I saw that.
After they had kept them off streaming sites. And now it's out.
I missed the Aaliyah wave. I was just a bit too young and I wasn't into R&B at that time.
Oh, I love Aaliyah. So, that's one of my favorite artists of all time.
Most people say that. I feel like I should check it out. I don't know if it'll still click for me.
Came from that Timbo wave when Timbo was Timbo during that time. Yeah.
I really only know like 2 or 3 main songs.
And Your Boy, of course, was on her debut album. Kales.
Your boy.
Did her first album.
Husband.
Also another great artist.
Makes great music.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Can't not say that.
Agreed.
It's a fact. I'm sorry.
It's true. I agree with that.
It's the Pied Piper.
Man, you know you can't hum with your nose closed. Anybody know that shit?
What?
You can't hum with your nose closed?
Nah, this is a setup.
No, let me see you do it first.
You do it.
You can't hum.
No, you show us.
Look, hum. Try that shit. Just try it. And then,
you do it.
And then plug your nose and try it.
Do it.
Hum. You can't do it, bro. Can't hum with your nose.
I'm clipping this shit this week.
You can't do it, bro. It comes from your nose.
He's right. He's right.
You can't do it, bro.
Because you got to breathe out.
I thought he might have been playing us and just made the noise until he stopped and then stopped making the noise.
Can't do it.
But nah, I couldn't do it.
It's like, it's hard.
See if you can.
Up, realizing that.
I got to do it now.
See if you can. Moss can't do it. We were faking. Moss can't do it.
We were faking. I know I ain't faking.
Where did that pop into your head, bro? That was the most random shit you ever said.
I seen it on
TikTok.
Somewhere, I forgot.
That's on TikTok
probably.
Right
Probably.
I think it was on YouTube, but
yeah.
It fucked me up.
That was my second guess.
It's like, that's a fucking fact. You can't do it.
He just dropped that on us like there's nothing.
It's kind of music related. It's humming.
It is.
It's humming.
That was all the new music that I listened to. I don't have anything else. I don't have any other topics. We got a couple of minutes we could talk about whatever you guys have on your hearts.
OnlyFans ran it up off all of these females out here. I think they said they made like $5 billion in the last few years or some shit like that. And now they're banning sexual content in October. It's over. It's done.
I just feel like they're saying that we don't want to be in business anymore.
Yeah, I got to hear more information because this makes no sense.
They signed some new deal with somebody, and they don't want, and they about to do like a OnlyFans TV subscription type shit. Oh. So they got some big money, and the big money people say we don't want that sex shit on there no more.
Oh well, in that case, it's a good decision, probably.
Right.
I mean, they're not giving up that much money for less money.
Right.
But look, there's an opportunity out there for somebody to capitalize.
Oh, there's other sites out there already.
Yep.
They out there.
I mean, somebody has to be the new OnlyFans.
It's crazy.
It's a little bit shocking that
They had a good run.
They would give up the stronghold that they have on
Right.
the
This
industry right now.
Because that is associated with the brand, like the name.
You don't think of OnlyFans for anything else.
Anything else?
I think that's what they're trying to get away from. They don't want to just be the
how
porn
can
site.
you?
They want to be Patreon.
Yeah.
They want to be
Exactly.
Patreon.
That's what
They
they wanna
don't.
be.
They don't want to be.
That's
Hustler
exactly what it
magazine
is.
has some other things other than naked bitches in there. But that's the only thing you're going to think about when it
what
comes to
does?
Hustler magazine, though.
Hustle
He
magazine.
was born in 1960.
I was just saying. Seriously.
Hustle magazine.
Yeah,
Hustler.
He was born in the 60s.
I mean, it's the same thing.
He dropped a Hustler
I ain't seen a
reference on
porno
us.
mag in fucking years, bro.
I've never seen one. That's how I've actually never seen one in my life,
Wow.
except for like in a movie.
Yeah, man.
1,
Pops
2,
ain't have a
3,
stash
4,
somewhere,
5.
No, I mean I've never seen one. We
Pops
had
ain't have a
tapes.
stash, bro. My pops had a stash.
No, he had tapes. I've never seen.
Had those too.
Never seen magazines in my life. But I mean, I wouldn't want to pick up nobody's porn magazine though. It's like it's pages stuck together and shit. I don't know what the fuck that shit. But
We're here now.
Yeah,
We're here now.
no.
This is
no,
where we're
I
at.
got some throwbacks at the crib. Now,
No, wait, seriously,
Got
it's the
John
same
with
thing.
Latoya Jackson on that joint. Wow, throwback boy.
The magazine,
Yeah,
you still got some.
Playboy.
You gotta get rid of that, bro. It might be worth something.
It might be. It might fucking be.
Not in the condition it's in.
Yeah, right.
Some
Never been
throwbacks.
used.
Never been
You know,
used.
it's never been
Still
used.
And that shit wrapped in plastic. And that shit laminated.
Hey, you never know, man. Somebody got something out there like that.
Oh man,
This is the original issue. This is the first
it's the
issue.
original issue.
The first
This
printed
might be
copy.
the most fun I've ever had doing a podcast. This is a
Really?
great episode, fellas. I don't know what it was. It felt good tonight.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. All the time.
We're out of time though. We gotta wrap it up here for the YouTube. You know how we be.
Yeah, man. Got to get to these samples.
Got the samples coming. We got samples coming for you if you're on the audio. YouTube. Appreciate y'all listening. Peace out.
Peace.